How's everybody doing? And thanks for tuning in to wickedwarnings.com, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting and equipment. We've got a Wicked Warnings auto flasher kit on the white mirrors there. Big bad rocker in amber down there on the underside of the door. Back windows, we've got our Thin X by Wicked Warnings with an auto flasher kit on the cargo light and the reverse lights. How's everyone doing? And thanks for tuning in to wickedwarnings.com, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting and equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, and everything in between, like this brand new, very cool 2024 Chevy Silverado. I guess it's not really brand new, but it's very gently used, and it's our first install for us. So it's brand new for me. Anyways, what are we looking at? Well, let's go front to back here. We've got the Phoenix TIR3 surface mounted on the grill right there. We did keep it up high. I wanted to keep those grill lights as high as I could so a car in front of it didn't block them. There are many, many choices to mount the grill lights on that truck. Those are just the 4 locations we chose for this install. It looks good on you though. Above that, we've got our Wicked Warnings wire-in white spotlight mirror flasher that is listed on our website. It is a wire-in product for the 24 Silverado. It'll work on the half-ton or the 3/4 ton, but you must have those white forward-facing mirrors. Again, it is a wire-in product on that auto flasher. We have an auto flasher kit for the roof lights if you'd like, but we're not using it on this truck. Now, we kept it really simple, and we extended those TIR3 in the grill with our 22-5 wire. There are only 3 wires on the Phoenix T3, but you can use the 22.5 to extend it. You just disregard the white and yellow wire and match the red, black, and blue to the colors on the Phoenix. The mirror kit comes with everything you need, and the visor kit also has its own harness. Below that, you can see our Phoenix rockers in one color. Now that rocker underneath the door is available in multicolor, as well as that visor light. If you preferred more color than just amber, we can certainly do that. This is a municipal build, so we went heavy on amber. We did a little bit of white to the front and a little bit of white to the back by customer request, but this is a heavy amber build on purpose because it's a municipal truck for a local city that will be out on the roads a lot. So underneath the doors there, again, that's the rocker that is mounted with the included brackets right on the lower panel of the rocker panel there. If you want to fabricate a different style of bracket and hang it off the pinch weld or step bar brackets or whatever, feel free. But we went ahead and utilized the brackets that were included to hang it right off of the pinch weld, right off of the rocker panel on the bottom there, and it worked out just fine. Again, many different patterns on that rocker you can choose from. That's just the one we decided for this particular build, but we did leave the pattern wire in case they want to adjust it. Here's a direct side shot of that Phoenix rocker LED stick. It's a good stick. It's got 8 heads. They're all spaced out, as you can see, individually. I would certainly like to see a stick like that fully populated. One day, maybe I can get Phoenix to make me like a 120-inch stick completely full of LED. I have to take 2 8 heads and put them together or something, make something crazy. Anyways, that's a really good product, the rocker right there. And again, available in all 5 colors, whatever you need. I like the straight amber ones like this. They do a great job. Working our way around the back of the vehicle, you can see that we complemented that rocker set with a couple of our Thin X in the back window, 2 Thin X on each side. I did a really nice build in-depth about those Thin X and how they mount on the back there on a previous General Motors vehicle that we did. We're going to link, but it's very easy. It's just 2 Thin X with 90-degree brackets, and we have the Thin X available in all kinds of colors as well, so you'll be able to find any color combo you need for that rear window. Above that is our wire-in auto flasher on the cargo light circuit. You can see that white cargo light circuit flashing. We do choose to not wire into the 3rd brake light. I'm not a fan of flashing the 3rd brake light. It violates a federal guideline. There are federal laws in place that you are not supposed to flash your center high-mounted brake light. So some of the less reputable shops that are flashing the center high-mounted brake light might want to revisit that federal statute that says you're not supposed to do that. So that's why we do not do that at all, ever. We never flash a brake light on purpose, and we follow the federal statutes here for emergency builds. Now, what you can see behind that lower is our simple auto flasher on the reverse lights. Now this truck was right before Chevrolet switched to the nice LED reverse lights for the Silverado. As you can see, there is an incandescent bulb in there. But on a slower pattern like the one we picked, it really isn't a problem. We get a nice wig-wag of the reverse with the incandescent bulb. You can switch that to an LED bulb if you prefer, but it's not required, and that is a plug-and-play kit. So if you have a Silverado like this and all you need is a wig-wag reverse, plug-and-play kit for the back end of that, very easy. Below that, you can see in our step pockets and utilizing the Phoenix license plate bracket, we have 4 more TIR3s. We sync those up in a 2x2 pattern just to kind of accent the fact that there was 4 of them there, and it worked out quite well. Here's our rear profile from a little farther away. I think this truck's going to do a very good job of keeping the men safe that drive it every day. And let's talk just a little bit right now about the wiring and how we wired this truck together. Now, I will say this, at the time of filming here, late February of 2026, we do not stock all of the Phoenix items that are shown. So there will be some special order items on this build. And I'm not 100% sure if this build is going to make it into a complete website product or not. We may or we may not make it a complete website purchasable product. Otherwise, we may have the links here lead in the description to all the products. So make sure you check all that out on the description, and this may end up actually on the website as a product on the website. But let's talk a little bit about the wiring right now. If that interests you, keep listening, because this is where we're going to get a little technical. From the back to the front, let's go over how I wired it. These 4 TIR3s in the back I've extended with 22-5. I've brought all 4 of them together behind the driver's tail light. At that point, I did my synchronization, my pattern setting. I combined all 4 power and all 4 ground, and I extended it with my 18-5. So we have some 22-5 and we have some 18-5. Now, I just used the 18-5, even though I only needed a power and a ground, because it's what we bulk buy here, we have made for us, and just because you have a couple extra wires in the harness doesn't hurt anything. So we ran the 18-5. There's another 18-5 that's ran from that reverse plug-and-play auto flasher kit that is included with the auto flasher kit. So we just ran that forward. So basically, from the back there, we've got our 4 22-5s that come together behind the driver's taillight. We've got them joining up to an 18-5 and running forward. And we've got the 18-5 from the auto flasher kit running forward. Both of those 18-5s are ran forward along the driver's frame rail, all the way forward to the driver's footwell by the left driver's foot, where the emergency brake cable goes through the floor. We have sliced the side of that rubber grommet where the emergency brake cable is and brought our wiring up right there. So that's how we brought that wiring forward. Now, of course, both of the rockers on under the doors, the driver's side doesn't really need any extension, but we used a little bit of 18-5 to extend the passenger rocker. We brought it right up through the plastic grommet in the passenger floor and across the back of the firewall inside the truck, kind of under the carpet, and brought it over to the driver's side. So that was how we mounted and extended those rocker lights under the doors. Again, the rockers come with the brackets that we used, and we just extended the passenger with a little 18-5. Now, the lighting in the back window, that's again very simple. What we did is we synchronized the passenger side lights together at the bracket right there. The light has enough length that we're able to join up everything we need right at that bracket on the passenger side, powers, grounds, synchronization, of course. And what we did is then we used the 22-5 to run from the passenger side over to the driver's side. And on the driver's side, we joined up the 2 lights, again, similar to the passenger, and we attached our 18-5 as well there. And we brought the 18-5 from the driver's side down along the sill plate, along the bottom by the floor, forward to match up with all of our other harnesses. So again, those back lights in the window, a simple 22-5 from the passenger side, right across the back seat, behind the backrest seat, behind the headrests there, tuck it all in behind the seat there, run it over to the driver's side, join up with 18-5, and then run the 18-5 forward, and you're good to go. Now that cargo light flasher installs on the passenger A-pillar behind the grab handle by the windshield. So it comes with everything that you need, and you'll be dropping that wire from the cargo light flasher kit straight down the passenger windshield, right down the side of the dashboard, and you'll bring that and the wire from the passenger rocker panel under the doors. You'll bring both those wires across over to the driver's side to link up to your switches. Fairly simple, right? I hope I haven't lost you yet. Let's talk about the front a little bit. Alrighty, the front, the visor light comes with a harness. Is it long enough to get all the way over to the driver's side? No. Do I think that's kind of pretty stupid? Yes. Have I asked Phoenix about it? Yes. They don't have plans to offer it with a longer harness. I don't know why. I have no idea why they put such a short harness on the passenger side of their visor lights. It never reaches over to the driver where you need it. It's asinine. I don't know what they're doing. But anyways, that's what we did. So we used a little 18.5 to extend that. And that way we have access to all the different functions. Now, the visor light has a lot of wires on it. You might need more than 18.5 if you're going to do a whole lot of different functions of this light. It's going to kind of vary by what you're doing. Below that, our mirror kit, our wire-in mirror kit goes into the BCM underneath the steering wheel, and it comes with everything you need, but it is a wire-in kit for those white forward mirrors. That's an advanced level kit. Don't buy that if you're an amateur, please. And then below that, our TIR3s. Again, I said earlier, we extended those with our 22-5, and we extended those all the way back to go through the firewall and into the factory switches. We drilled this firewall, the GM, we drilled where we drill all of our GMs on the firewall. We went right through we put in a 3/4 inch plastic grommet right below the factory hood cable release. So if you see where the cable goes through for the hood cable release, you go right below that, cut the carpet out of the way, and you're able to drill right there. I have some photos from other previous GM builds. I went over this in depth in a couple of other GM builds already about the firewall drilling. So take a look at that if you need reference, but that's how you get through the firewall. And then if you do not have factory switches, you'll need to source some battery power and a switch. This truck has factory switches, which we added. If you have a GM product and you want factory switches, let us know. We'll be able to get you a kit. There's all kinds of kits made. It's special order. It's not stocked, but we'll get it going for you. So like I said, these are all ran off the factory switches, which I'm not going to go over the install on those. It's fairly simple. We'll do another build maybe where we install factory switches on camera, but we're running all of these lighting off of the factory switches. And if you needed an additional switch, our Mini 6 would be the one to get. So I'll let you take a look at that. We'll link to that as well. And if you're going to get the Mini 6, I would suggest some 16-2 or some 14-2 to power it from the battery. Your call on that, depending upon your load, but 16-2 minimum, and then the Mini 6 would take care of all of your switching needs. And I definitely have several GM videos where I've mounted the Mini 6 6-button switch on the left of the dashboard. So check out some of our other GM videos if you want to see that switch in action, and you'll get a better idea of how that switch looks. So hopefully I got everything covered. This is a long video. I get it. It's 12 minutes so far, but I'm hoping you stuck with it. I hope that you like the technical aspect of this video. And if I missed anything, let me know. If you need to see more, let me know. Check out some of our other videos and do me a favor. I know you guys, I appreciate if you're listening. I really do, but I need you guys to subscribe. I need you to hit the like button. We really need to get the subscriber count up. So if you're not already subscribed, please do, and please share. You know, a great man that I listen to has a saying, it's don't be a hoe, share the show. So if you enjoy what you're watching here, share it. Help me get out there so other people can see me. Share, like, subscribe. You know how this works. You know you need to, and I'd really appreciate that. So thanks again for listening at 13 minutes. If you're still listening, then drop a comment. Also, I have been known to select commenters for random free swag packs. So if you're still listening, drop your comment. Maybe drop a comment that says, George says I'm going to get a swag, and maybe I'll pick you. Maybe I won't. You never know. So, but anyways, again, thanks for listening. And any questions on this build, let us know. We're happy to clarify everything before you order. That's the biggest deal here, is let us know before you order, and we'll get everything squared away for you. Thanks again for tuning into Wicked Warnings. Foot